All right, guys, one thing that I wanted to go over is what do we do once you have this information filled in? Hopefully, with your outline, you were answering these questions in complete sentences. So, this will save you a lot of time when you start to erase all of these numbers and letters that I have included in the outline. So, things you're going to have to put here obviously is your name, um, my name, your class, which in this case I'm going to do English 3, and then the date. So this whole thing is not double spaced. I suggest you hit Control A, and then that will double space. And once again, this will all look more like an essay. You just have to make sure when you guys backspace that you back all the way up so that there aren't funky spaces in between all of your answers, and that these really start to look like paragraphs. So if you are in advanced, your requirement is 2 full pages. If you are in regular, your requirement is 1 page of text. So I'm going to explain how all of this will come together. In my mind, this serves as your introduction, and your paragraph is going to be about your career, just a general overview about what your day-to-day is going to look like. And then you're going to talk about like why you've dreamed of these things. Think of a really great first sentence you can use to introduce what you want to do for the rest of your life. Why is it that you have a passion for this occupation? Obviously, you're allowed to use first person pronouns because this essay is about you. Your education and training. So all of this information, some of you have variant amounts of this information, and that is all dependent on what career you are researching and what kind of information you want to put in this paper. It's really up to you. So there should be a solid section in your second paragraph that talks about the education and training that you are going to need. Once again, rereading over this stuff to make sure they are all in complete sentences. Sometimes people like to smush together this second paragraph, education and training, with advancement and salary. This is a hard paragraph to have by itself, especially if like there aren't any hazards in your job. Like if you want to be a teacher, you're not going to want to put my hazard is, you could staple your finger with a stapler. If there are elements that don't really pertain to you, or you just couldn't find really great information, don't feel like you have to put or answer that particular letter or number. Feel free to erase it. In regards of how many schools I want you to talk about, that's up to you. If you want to talk about all 5 of your schools, you can. If you just want to talk about one main one, your favorite, you can do that, and then just mention your other opportunities with schooling. Totally up to you. Your location here, I want you to consider the places that you would like to move and talk about how is that going to work out for you. What's your number one place? What are other places you're considering? What does the salary look like there? The cost of living look like there, and are you going to be able to afford this situation with your job and with where you want to live? And you can kind of mush together the conclusion and the location. The conclusion doesn't have to be its own separate paragraph. You can talk about how you're excited about your job, the things you're looking forward to, maybe how do you plan on going forward. The conclusion, that's a great place to use the goals on the back of your last sheet of your packet. You can include some ideas in there about the goals you have concerning your career and your future. That's a great way to end it, but it doesn't have to be a standalone paragraph. So in theory, you could have 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs at most in regards to this essay. It just has to be a total of 2 pages or 1 page, depending on what class you're in, and it has to go all the way to the bottom of the page. Don't forget to insert your name and page number as well. You'll go to insert, page number, put that in the corner, and I picked the wrong one, but insert page number. And you'll pick this first one and make sure you type in your last name there and change the font. So that is our goal with the career essay. Remember, tell me about yourself, what your plans are, and what you are excited to do. That is the whole purpose of this essay. It's worth 50 points. It doesn't get excluded from your final grade, so make a great effort to really speak well about this. Paying attention to transitions as well. Make sure you transition from one paragraph to the next. If you have any questions, email me.